Regina Pablo, but most people just call me Xiao.
From being a mere hobbyist to being a girl gamer, and now the game designer herself, LikhaTV's first episode features Regina Pablo, a skilled multimedia arts student from Asia Pacific College.
Hi, I'm Xiao, and I like trying out new things. I draw, I bake, I paint, and I do a lot of other stuff on the side. In short, I'm a random hobbyist. It started when I was a kid with a white wall as my canvas and a box of crayons, and from there it evolved to a tablet and Photoshop, and it hasn't stopped since then. My inspiration, it's more like the act or the art of being able to create. That itself is inspiration enough. And aside from that, mostly visual art, like ranging from game art, concept art, mixed media, painting, anything can spark that in me to be able to make my own art. The project I would like to talk about would be my college thesis, which was a 3D game, and we used Unity. It was entitled Roots, and it was a steampunk Western RPG, highly inspired and influenced by Dragon Age in all aspects. And it had this whole fantasy world called Golan. It had a map of its own with all other characters to get to interact with. Imagine Dragon Age with steampunk and other design features inside that we wanted to deviate from Dragon Age. I remember I just finished Dragon Age right before classes started and right before we were to make the game design of the game. So after that, it was research after research about Western RPGs and how they differed from JRPGs. And as for the narrative, we researched more on the steampunk aspect. So we really combined Western RPG, steampunk, and the whole fantasy world thing. And of course, a lot of visual concept art from other artists, and games help a whole lot in motivating us for the whole creative process. But of course, the project is not complete without challenges. And since we were still in school that time with minor subjects and other major subjects as well, it was hard to not necessarily balance, but keep track of time, where we were wishing that at least there were 50 hours in a day so that we can finish our thesis. And aside from time, it was hard because the files get all messed up because we didn't have a studio. So we were working alone in our homes, and it was hard to send files, to be able to check whether the files work. So that also contributed in time management. And aside from, and of course, not being able to have a studio, communication is hard because internet is there, but it's not an easy medium to be able to express yourself and be able to show how the game is working and how these assets aren't working, what's going on. So communication, not having a studio, and time. Top 3 challenges that we encountered while we work on the project. know what we wanted to get done, and we know what we wanted to finish. And we were so driven to work on this project. I mean, it was supposed to be, we were wishing that it would be epic. And another would be how the talents and skills were there. And I mean, I worked with such great people who were good with their craft, were good with 3D, were good with rigging for animation, and us who were able to design games as well and code, even though it was our first time. And then the fact that we really wanted to finish this, to be able to, finish our thesis and finish school and graduate, those top three things really drove us to finish our. I recently just finished my internship in a local game studio, and there were also other female artists, QAs, no programmers or 3D animators, but the way we're treated, at least in our country, it was pretty okay. I mean, we were able to voice out what we wanted. I mean, it can be intimidating at first being around such awesome guys, and it might be hard to be able to express yourself as a girl and you know about games. But so long as the passion is there, you're just able to do it. I mean, there's no trying. What I like most about what I do is that I never get tired of it.
And that's it for now. Hope you enjoyed this first featured artist. Watch out for next episode.